Ladies and gentlemen, here with Adrian Granados from Culiacan, Mexico, and also representing Chicago. Hey, Adrian, thanks for allowing me, have your time and also, do this type of interview because, hey, we're living in an era that the pandemic, we have to stay, we have to keep our distance, social distance with people. How do you, do you manage this situation in your career?
Pretty much, yeah, perseverance, patience and perseverance. It's it's a tough time right now for everybody, for the economy, for the well-beings of everybody. But I mean, just you just gotta be grateful, for things you do have. In this time I was able to spend, I did go back to Chicago before it actually started, and I was able, to be with my family, and then the pandemic hit. And we were all closed down, and actually my family and I, we got a lot closer, and we spent a lot more time with each other. So that was a positive thing. And yeah, man, just kind of gotta take the good with the bad. It's a break for the world. Kind of to wake up and kind of realize the way we were living. What was carefree, and now people they're being a lot more. Mindful of how to be cleanly and take care of themselves, and that's something we probably all needed.
Yes, eventually right now this pandemic made it all family members to stay together, and hey, I think that's the only way we can beat and succeed this situation, because we seen in the news a lot of people are dying, people are infected, and this pandemic really affected the whole world, and all I'm talking about general, like sports, economic, global. And wow, that's something really that nobody was expecting, but hey, we gotta find our way in order to handle this. Adrian, in this quarantine that I bet you that you are, at home, or you try to focus yourself in order to come back and hey, fight again. A lot of people mentioned you that, when you fought Adrien Broner, Porter, and Danny Garcia, you are the type of person that never duck anybody. You are the type of warrior that, as I mentioned I take off my hat, from my head, because you have the heart of warrior. For a guy that goes to welter and is gonna jump on the welterweight division, tell us, what's the level that someone has to prepare in order to jump up to that level?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a different level. I haven't had the luxury to kind of really duck anybody or be able to take, smarter choices in my career. But definitely, it served me good, because I definitely know what it is to be on that other level. And what it is just pretty much, you think how far you go and how hard you train, you got to take it to another level. And then on top of how hard you train and everything and how prepared you are, mentally, it's a different chess match. Those fighters, they do different things, different levels of intelligence in the ring, and it worked. I learned a lot fighting each one of those guys. With Broner, I feel like I got the better of him, but I learned the politics of it. And then with Porter, it was also a politics match. It seemed like that referee had something out for me. I don't know what it was. And these are things, you just got to be prepared for when you're going to be the B-side fighter. You got to be able to, overcome all that stuff, and, with my fight with Danny Garcia, unfortunately, I wasn't at 100%. I fought him, very sick. I fought with bronchitis. And I wish I could have been 100%, because I know that Danny Garcia is one of the best fighters I've been in there with. And I wish I could have given him my 100, just so if he were to beat me, it could be fair and square, and I could say, all right, that guy's just, that good. And I know he is that good. I'm not taking away from his victory against me. I just wish I could have been 100% so I could give him the real Adrian Granados and give him a true fight.
Hey, Adrien, it's for me, it's an honor always to see, a boxer a person that, like I said, he's not afraid to go out there, especially right now. You mentioned you were sick, and you could say, oh, I'm not able to fight. You could skip, but hey, you said it like, let's go. Even though, you know, you knew how you feel on that moment, but then you went like, this is it. And I have a lot of respect for people like you and other people. You know, it doesn't have to be probably, you know, Hispanic or other ethnicity, because sometimes people be like, oh, you're picky. No, I can see, and in the whole career of boxing, I seen, you know, African American, white guys, and Irish, and these people, you know, deserve the respect. And I always encourage everyone. I don't care if they criticize me. I'm the type of person that always stands and keep it always my word when I said, hey, let's give a respect to both fighters, and whoever wins, whoever loses, you know, to me, you know, it's respect for both of them.
Definitely. I agree with that. I think anybody who gets in the ring should be respected.
Definitely, bro, because we seen incidents that at the end of the day, you know, I want to see both fighters. I don't really, you know, mind what's the outcome, because I'm not there. I'm not the one who's gonna be in the ring and fighting against, you know, the other opponent. But at the end of the day, I want both fighters come out safety and go with their family. Because hey, God forbid accidents. We've seen accidents. Recently, last year, we lost, you know, a few boxers. So it's very sad for the sport. So I always encourage people, you know, before you criticize, before you open your mouth, you know, think about it. Think about it. Because it's so easy to criticize, you know, boxers, but it's another thing to be in the ring. And to be in the ring, you better have to have guts in order to, like I said, you know, not being afraid to get knocked out. Not everyone. Exactly. Not everyone can do that. Not everyone can do that. Believe me, Adrian. You are in the welterweight division. You've seen there. You experience a lot of, you know, things going with different fighters. What can you tell me with Danny Garcia that I think it's gonna be facing Errol Spence? You know, big shout out first of all to Errol Spence. He came out from that accident. I'm gonna call him when I get to see him. He's a miracle man now, because just look at the car, how destroyed it was, and anything could have happened. But hey, so what can you tell me? Yeah. What can you say about, you know, that situation that we just saw?
Well, you know, definitely he had a guardian angel looking out for him. You know, that was definitely a horrific crash. It looked very bad. Good for him. You know, he was able to come out, you know, clean and you know, able to move forward. And yeah, no, that's a tough fight. You know, I think you know, it shows a lot of respect to Errol Spence too, being able to come back from that and immediately jumping in with a fight with a, you know, for a future Hall of Famer in Danny Garcia. You know, multiple division, you know, undisputed champion, former undisputed champion, world champion, and I think it's a great fight. A lot of people, you know, underestimate Danny a lot, and that's usually the way it is. He usually finds a way, you know, to implement his style on whatever you do. So, you know, I think it's going to be an interesting fight, and, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Hey, I'm looking forward to see what outcome is gonna be, because boxing analyst thinks that his accident from Errol Spence is gonna affect his career. Do you think that is gonna be the case, or we're gonna see Errol Spence being 100% and, you know, getting ready for Danny? Because we know what Danny, you know, I don't take nothing away from Danny. I seen Danny in person, and you know, he's very dedicated also when he trains, and that's a tough fight right there for both of them, I think.
Yeah, most definitely, I agree with that. I mean, honestly, that's the big question, to see if Errol Spence will be able to bounce back from a terrible crash like that and be, you know, Errol Spence still. So we'll see what happens, you know, and definitely Danny's going to be, you know, the right test to prove that, because obviously Danny's, you know, a great fighter himself, and that's going to be a great one. I look forward to seeing that fight.
Hey, me too. We will stay tuned to check, what outcome is gonna be, because welterweight division, as I mentioned, it's pretty much big. And also, let's not forget, right there is Manny Pacquiao, who came back in order to gain title. Hey, now Manny Pacquiao is on the list. Right now, do you think that age will be a fact or something that will affect Manny Pacquiao? Hey, Manny Pacquiao has been proven, for many times. In my opinion, I don't think he don't need to, to be there anymore. But that's his choice. He wants to continue in his career and gaining, titles. What do you think that who would it be the next person that is gonna face Manny Pacquiao? We just saw what he did against Thurman, and look.
Yeah, right. No, well, Manny, he's in the driver's seat right now. He's had a storied career. He's already a guaranteed Hall of Famer. He's a legend in the game. So I think he pretty much, he holds the ball in his hand, and he gets to choose what he wants right now. I know they mentioned the fight with Crawford, and I heard they were flirting with the idea with Triple G. But I mean, at this point, Manny could do whatever Manny wants, and it's definitely something in the welterweight division that it's like everybody would love to have a fight with Manny Pacquiao. But honestly, it's up to Manny to choose whoever he wants, and I think he deserves that because he's put his years in, he's put his work in. So he's at a point in his career where I'm the man, and everybody wants to beat me and put me into retirement. So it's up to him to choose who he wants to fight.
That's good to hear. If he, these things, that will be done in the future. And talking about you, who would you like to face if you would have a chance to face one of those opponents? Because I know you have the heart. We knew your scene that you are the type of warrior. Oh wow, that night I can't forget that night. So who would it be?
I will fight any of them. Looking forward to my future at the welterweight division now, because actually, one thing that we haven't mentioned either is the whole time I was fighting in welterweight, I wasn't a welterweight. I was a junior lightweight. I got my big win against Amir Imam years ago at junior welterweight, and I was always waiting for my world title shot at 140, and I never got it. So every time I got all these fights at 147, I always still had it in my mind that I was going to go back down to 140. So I never really felt like a real true welterweight. But now coming back, the last fight with Robert Easter, which is another fight I didn't like the way it was judged. But it's okay. Moving forward, I'm just going to, I know it was kind of rough for me to make 142, so it's kind of my body's telling me it's really time to be a welterweight now. So I focused a lot on training and physical weight training. So I feel stronger. I look stronger. I'm bigger naturally already. So now moving forward, I know I'm going to be a tougher test now at welterweight. And I would love to fight any of those guys. I remember they actually years ago I was in the talk to be in Manny Pacquiao's comeback fight before he ended up setting up that Thurman fight. So I would love a fight with him. I would love a fight. I would love a rematch with Danny Garcia just because I want to give him 100% this next time. But I know I have to earn it. So I know I have to get some good wins first. Right now, coming back, I'm just focused on getting a big win right now.
Hey, Adrien, hopefully all these things get done for the future, and I encourage every fight fan and boxing fan to stay tuned, check yourself, and I know you coming back stronger, wisely and smarter than ever, because all the experience that you had in the past, you're gonna use it, in order to pursue what you want, become a world champion, and I really wish you the best.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, brother.
You're welcome, brother. Would you like to send a message to the boxing fans and everyone that is gonna check this interview?
Yeah, most definitely. Just want to thank everybody. You know, I've definitely gotten nothing but positive feedback, like yourself and everybody, you know, in the
Thank
boxing
you. My
world.
pleasure.
I just get nothing but love. You know, a lot of people just tell me, you know, man, I love the way you fight. You know, I love, you know, your never say die attitude, and you're always positive. And I mean, that's the way it's got to be, and that's the way I'm going to continue. And yeah, definitely, I want to be a world champion before this is all done.
Great news for the sports. Boxing fans, stay tuned. Adrian Granados is gonna come back and he's gonna bring, you know, the best of himself. You just gotta check and be ready when these fights, you know, be happen, and let's wish for everyone to stay safe and God bless, you know, because we're living in this pandemic era that this is not a joke. We have to take care of ourselves very deeply and very conscious, you know, because nobody wants to get harmed. Thank you, Adrian.
That's right. That's right. You definitely. Thank you, brother. Take care, all right?
You're welcome, bro.